Today I'm going to do just a little bit of maintenance on my priority sauce. Two things that I've noticed is, one, the handlebars when I'm standing and sprinting. I can hear a little creak. So it's either down in here or it could be any of the clamping areas. And these hydraulic brakes, they work amazing. They're super powerful. But there's no real returns. There it is, the return spring in there. I'm thinking it's not strong enough because on occasion I'll hear the rotor rubbing slightly, and then if I smack the lever a few times, it comes back. So first thing I'm going to do is just attempt to center it again, which will only be my second time since I've built it. So normalness, and I'll do the same to the front brake. And it only takes seconds. It's easy to do. Let's get set up, and we'll start with decreaking the handlebar. All right, let's see if I can make this thing creak on the stand. I do think it's under here. We'll try that first and go from there. And first thing I'm going to need is my Allen wrenches. You know, you would think I'm going to do a video on it, have everything handy. And basically, I'm just going to take the top cap off. Boom. The great thing about a simple bike like this is it's really easy to service. There's not too much that can go wrong. And the truth of the matter, it's not unsafe. I probably could have tried to just tighten it. But since it's down and off, I will just take a little bit of wax lube. Any oil will do. There's no specific lube needed. And I'm basically just going to wipe it on there. And then I'm going to wipe it back off with the rag, try to get any dirt residue, whatever the case may be. Just me battling. And I'm just going to wipe that. I'm going to just come through here. Now it's just a matter of re-tightening it down. You can wipe grease on it, leave it there, clamp it down. The truth of the matter is there is enough clamping force on these stems, even if you actually put grease in there. But I have found through the years, there's really no need. Most of the times it's just a matter of cleaning. And my very last adjustment will be actually on the ground, me standing over it to get the headset play, because right now, see, we don't want that. So I'm just going to, this makes it easy because I got like a pull handle here for the to check the play. I'm locking the wheel in with my leg. And that's about where I'll stop. And now we'll just tighten up the stem. And it doesn't matter if you have this style stem that I have, but a lot of stems will creak. Like I said, with this one, I don't have a standard handlebar clamp because this one has the two welded trusses here. But you would essentially do the same thing if it was creaking on a stem or a regular stem. You would clean out here, you clean out where it clamps, get it all back to torque, And I'm not going to lock it down because I can never get perfectly straight. Well, there's still some headset play, but the noise is gone, so that's good. Now we will adjust my let's try a new position. Let me pause this. I'll rotate the stand and get a better angle. All right, now I am going to loosen up both of these brake bolts. And to adjust it, it's pretty simple. When I'm outside standing and flexing the bike, I'm getting some rub. The rotor looks pretty straight. And so basically I like to get it to where it's all jiggly. Like that. And I'll tighten it just to where I can slide it, but not have a lot of rock. See, it slides back and forth now. But I don't want it to rock this way back and forth too much. We'll see how the back slides back and forth. Yep, there we go. And I'm just going to rotate this, and then I'm going to just pump the brake levers back and forth a handful of times. And now I'm just going to keep my right hand on the brake lever, squeezing it nice and tight, and I'm just going to just get it to where it just sits down and onto the nut bolt. There you go. Comes in and it's just squeezing down on it a little bit, because if you just crank it tight, it'll twist the whole caliper. So you just want it to come down a little at a time until it's locked down good. And I will get a little flashlight, which is I usually use my cell phone for, and stick it over here. And that way I can look through and check the space. But now that I have that down tight, I can lock it, and it shouldn't twist it out of adjustment. And let me go find my little headlamp. All right, I got my little headlamp. And I like to stick it on this side, and I'll look from this side down and in and make sure the space is even on both sides of the pad. And I will pull out my phone to actually show you what that looks like. All right, I got the light down there. I need to figure out how to do this. This ain't gonna work. All right, let's try it this way. Ah, there we go. So you could see the space on both sides. And it looks like the very top to the right is hitting a little bit, and it's clear over there, but I got good space. I actually have my phone through the spoke, so I can't twist it. So that gives you an idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. And I accomplished it. It's nice and center. And once I take it for a ride, we'll see from there. I'm going to check the front one the same exact way. First, I'm just going to check the spacing on the front. That hasn't been giving me an issue, but I'll check it quickly. All right, now I'm going to pull the bike down. I'm going to stand over it. You can actually pay attention right into this area. When I put the front brake on the rock forward, you can see that the headset is loose. So I am just going to re-loosen this clamp. Let me stand over it versus sitting on the seat. There we go. And I'm just going to tighten this until all that play is gone. And I'm accomplishing that by putting the front brake on and rocking back and forth. And I don't want to feel any movement in this top cap here. And you can tell the top cap is very loose. And sometimes you don't feel it just by rocking, but if you put your fingers there, you can still feel it move back and forth. Ideally, you want to be able to flex it pretty good. Feel no flex back and forth. And you could do the same thing down here. And right there, I have no more flex. I'm just going to go just a tad bit more. And when I said a tad bit, I really meant a tad bit. And now I will sit on it and just give it a good look and make sure that the handlebar is centered. And that looks good. I'll double check. And we will tighten it down. Being that this is an aluminum stem and an aluminum stair tube, I don't necessarily need the torque wrench for that. You just make sure that this gap back here is even when you're tensioning it. Tight. And the arm is in the way. Tight. You never want to tighten any pinch bolt till they're touching each other. That's actually not good. And let's see how my Creak is doing. Oh yeah, no more Creak. That will be nice. Almost time to take it for a test ride. Since we're doing a servicing, I am going to, this bike comes with a square taper bottom bracket. So I'm going to go get an 8mm Allen wrench and tighten up the crankset. And I'm also going to do just a basic pedal service. And when I say basic, I'll show you how basic. All right, I got my 8mm Allen wrench. And what I like to do is hold the tire. And by doing that, when I tighten this, it helps me get mechanical leverage so I can lock that down. And you can see me holding it at the bottom because it's on camera, but I'm just going to hold it from the back, the top, anywhere you can get your hand on it. And this gives me mechanical leverage to pull back this way. And I'm not trying to go super tight. I know this is torqued down, but it's something you should check because square taper and when you're doing the opposite side, so you actually have to hold the pedal or the crank arm. Okay. Yeah, the way square tapers work is the crank actually slides over a spindle that is tapered like my fingers. So over time, the female part of the crank will start to wear out and get loose. Usually with a square taper crank, you know it's time to tighten them once you start getting creaking noises. Then you would pull the crank, clean it, re-torque it down to spec. I don't have enough hard miles on this to where I've had to do that, but it's always good to check. And now we will do, I'm not going to service any of the bearings on this, on the pedals, but what I am going to do is just put a little bit of oil on the back of the springs here. And as far as the tension's good. It's a one-sided pedal, so I don't have to service both sides. And you can see it's pretty clean, pretty new. These are, I always find the Chinese pedal names, Chinese parts names in general funny. These are Fuker pedals. They were on Amazon. They're like $35. And you can see they're CNC'd. They're sealed cartridge bearings. They're a lot better than you would think. All right, let me get some lube. the oil lube I have at hand. You can use a wax lube and any sort of oil that you have handy, but I'm doing this more as a protected to keep it from rusting, and also it'll keep the pedal working better. So I basically just put way too much on there, but that's okay. That's what rags are for. And I'll just wipe off any excess here. And this works with any Shimano SPD style pedal. And I say and a lot, but anyways, these are known for rusting. Even if it's a Shimano, this area gets known for rusting. So since I'm here, we'll do that. I'll do that exact same thing to the other side. This dirt mark is the priority sauce has a very low bottom bracket, and if I'm going over mounds and I'm trying to pedal through, I'll definitely clip it. That's one of my complaints about this bike. Truth of the matter is I don't have many complaints about this bike other than the low bottom bracket. Other than that, I'm ecstatic about the bike. It's a whole lot of fun. I'm going to do the same thing to the other pedal, and then we'll take it outside, take it for a ride, see if any of my issues are persisting. We'll take it for a quick spin, see if I hear any creaks or brake rubbing. Back in good condition, no noises. Besides the table noises, which I can fix with a little bit of tape. There we go. Riding it, I kind of hear. There it is. So I'm getting that type of thing, which there's not a lot I could do. Sorry about that. I could just stick a little bit of tape right there, piece of rubber, whatever. Truth of the matter is, I'm probably not going to do a single thing about that. I'm just going to ride it. The creaky is gone, which is good. The creaking that I was hearing right in there was getting annoying. And there she is, my priority sauce, ready for more action. It was ready even with the creak, but there she is. And now you know how to take any stem, mountain bike or road, and decreak it. Like I said before, it's just a matter of taking it apart and cleaning, lubing, whatever. And same thing if you have the top clamp. Other places, of course, could be under your brake levers. A lot of times you just need to tighten those up, and shifters. So yes, thanks for watching. Have any questions, please ask away, and I will see what I can do for you. Thank you.